And when he went to the temple, do you know what God told me? Okay, all of you, listen to me. Let's go to Uzziah's life. I want to show you something that will shock you. Follow me quickly to 2 Chronicles. I want to show you something that should shock you, because people don't understand God. Uzziah did so many things. I'll read verse number 4 alone. He did what was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all his father Amaziah had done. Now verse 5. He sought God in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of God. And as long as he sought the Lord, God made him to what? To prosper. Verse 5. God made him to prosper. As long as he sought the Lord, God made him to prosper. Now watch me. So the guy was prospering. And because he was prospering, militarily he had soldiers. He conquered territories. He was big, he was prosperous, he was large. The guy was rich, was wealthy, he was a king. Everything was fine until verse number 16. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up with pride to his own destruction. For he transgressed against the Lord his God by entering the temple of the Lord to burn incense on the altar of incense. That was the sin. Because that was meant for who? The priests to do, not the king. Now look at the next verse. So Azariah the priest, oh God, give us such priests today in our lives, went in after him, and with him were 80 priests of the Lord, valiant men. And they withstood King Uzziah and said to him, it is not for you, Uzziah, to burn incense to the Lord, but for the priests, the sons of Aaron, who are consecrated to burn incense. Get out of the sanctuary, for you have trespassed. This is not your turf. You shall have no honor from the Lord. That was a bold, courageous priest. How many of you know that? He told the king, oh, king, you have trespassed. Leave the altar. Leave the altar. Leave that place. Go and do your own job in the palace. The altar is meant for the priest, the palace for the kings. Leave this place, sir. With due respect. Okay? With due respect, leave this place. It's not your job. Don't hold microphone and begin to preach in church. It's our own job. That guy was a bold priest. Look at what happened again. Then Uzziah became furious. Please, all of you, note verse number 19. I want to teach you a lesson you should never forget in your life. If you want to walk with God, verse number 19 is critical. Uzziah was what? Was what? Was wroth or furious, or was angry, was upset. And he had a censer in his hand when the guy was saying to him. And while he was angry with the priests, leprosy broke out on his forehead before the priest in the house of the Lord. Now, what was the real sin? Why was he punished? When he wanted to burn incense, he did what was wrong. Leprosy did not break out on his head. Nothing happened to him. A pastor came in and rebuked him. Watch me. His reaction to pastoral rebuke was what brought leprosy. His reaction to prophetic rebuke, he now became angry. If he had just dropped that incense and said sorry, he would have gone home. No leprosy. Go and read your scriptures. Read your scriptures. He would have gone home without leprosy. But because this guy spoke to him, he was in his own job. He now became angry. You are talking to me like that. I will deal with it. All of a sudden, before he could say anything, leprosy came. Not because he burnt incense, but his reaction to prophetic rebuke, to rebuke. And many Christians need to react well to rebuke. It was his reaction. The same with Cain. Why was God angry with Cain? God came to Cain. Cain, what you have done is wrong. If you have done well, you will have been accepted. Sin lies at the door. Don't be angry and be wrathful. So Cain still was angry. He now was going to kill. At that point in time, he had not committed a sin. For giving an offering that was not accepted was not a sin. Was not a sin. God just said, thank you, but no thanks. That's all. Thank you for giving me this, but no thanks. What you should do is go and repackage your offering and bring it. He was not angry that God accepted his one's own. You can, if it's God, then fight God. Don't fight him now. Now went to go and meet the person that God accepted, to go and kill and slander and speak evil about and say it's not good. Don't mind him. Just eye service. Just no service. Do your own eye service. Do your own no service.